Mic check, 1, 2, how are you doing? Welcome to episode 3 of Music Mayhem, sponsored by Oraga Tequila. A little bit more about that just now. So, back in the day when we were kids, now I'm going to sound like an old person and I don't want to do that. So maybe before I get started, I will just say a quick word. But before I go any further, I want to thank my sponsor. Can you see that? Can you just about see that? Oraga Tequila. This is the Reposado. And as you can see, I haven't opened the bottle yet, because I don't drink before I make these things. Okay, back to today's episode, in which we are talking about music appreciation and music listening and the art of figuring out whatever it is you like about the music you listen to. Now this, on the surface, could be a couple of different things, but I'm pretty sure one thing springs to mind when you hear this, and it would be something like this. Let me just clear my throat. Every breath you take, every move you make, every vow you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. With apologies to Sting, but now it could also be something like this. So we're going back quite a lot further. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me, and so on. So, when you are learning how to appreciate music, there's a certain way you want to train your ear to appreciate the music. Like, we would always know who wrote the song, who sang the song, what the song was called, and where it was on the charts. And then we went through a phase where there was a lot of Napsterization going on, and there was a lot of deconstruct in the music industry, and people would only know the music by titles like track 1 and track 2 and track 3, and they sometimes wouldn't even know the artist or the album name. Luckily, these days, we've kind of come back to a little semblance of civilization with things like Apple Music and iTunes, and I don't want to mention Spotify, but one kind of has to. And YouTube Music, now you get a picture of the album cover, you get a picture of the album sleeve, and you get even the lyrics coming up on some of these websites. And so we've kind of come full circle. But these days, the value of music has depreciated by so much that when you stream the songs that you used to buy on an album and pay good money for, it's kind of all for free. Sure, you pay a monthly subscription, but I think that it's fair to say that you would have had to have paid a lot more money for access to the albums and the volume of music that you get for a measly monthly subscription these days. Anyway, that's beside the point. The point I'm really trying to make is, how do you train your ear to appreciate music? Well, as a guitar teacher and a guitarist, what I try to instill in my students is to try to listen to the guitar parts and see if they can tell whether it is a finger-picked accompaniment, something like this. that's House of the Rising Sun, or a strummed accompaniment like this. That's that one. Or a riff-based accompaniment like this. Tracy Chapman. Or a hybrid accompaniment like this. If you go. That's the verse. Then the chorus would be. You recognize that? Who doesn't, you know? And those are 4 types of accompaniment that exist, and the examples are ones I just sucked out of my thumb. But they're all examples from a long time ago when music was just a little bit more recognizable. Now, people my age often like to say, there's no good music around anymore. You can watch videos on YouTube about that by people like Rick Beato and Andy Edwards. And you'd have to agree with their points. Rick Beato often goes through the Spotify top 10 and he's like very, hum-ha about it. And Andy Edwards is straight up, no, there's the music back then was better. He calls it the boomer view of music. Both of those channels I highly recommend, actually, and I'll stick links to those in the description as well. So let's see. For me, it's a case of there is not any lack of good music today. It's there. You've just got to look a little bit harder for it. Back in the 90s, there were big songs. They call that the last great era of songwriting. Songs like Creep by Radiohead and all the songs that bands like Jamiroquai and Tribe Called Quest and Rage Against the Machine and the hybrid stuff between Wu-Tang Clan and Aerosmith and all of that. And that was considered to be the last great era of songwriting. But of course, it's not the last great era of songwriting. There are some great songs being written today. It's just a case of you have to dig a little harder for them. And that's okay. Now, I can't play any of these songs on my YouTube channel because I will get a copyright strike. So let's run through a couple of examples of what could be considered to be good songs. You could do a lot worse than to check out Post Malone, Snow Allegra, Childish Gambino, The Weeknd. There's a number of really, really good artists writing good songs today. And like I say, I can't play examples on the channel because I'm going to get a copyright strike. But the point is, you need to learn how to appreciate music if you're going to differentiate the bad music from the good music. And the other thing is that if you go something like... You know what that is, and that is something, if I looped it, yeah. Let me start that again. That is a song by Metallica called Enter Sandman. that's the other thing. It's completely irrelevant what you think of a band or a particular artist. If that is a good band, it's kind of is irrelevant what you think of it. Is Metallica a good band? Yes. Do I like them? No, not really. It depends. It doesn't matter. Was Michael Jackson a great artist? Yes, he was. Do I like him? Yes, I do. And you can put your music appreciation into two lists. One to do with whether it's good music or not, and the rest to do with whether you like it or not. There's so much good music out there that you're not actually going to like, and that's where I want to bring today's video to a close. Thank you very much for tuning in, and now just a quick word. One more quick word of thanks to Oraga Tequila. Thank you so much, and I will see you next Wednesday. Ciao, ciao.